Issues at hand, WBS TV. Peter Kibazo with Kenneth Paul Kakande and Charles Musokese Runjoji. One, the spokesman of the party, the other, the organizing secretary of the party, respectively. And you, viewer, you can join the show. Our numbers are displayed on the set. You're able to put in a call or a question or comment to the two gentlemen. Charles.
Hello.
I asked as we were going out to the break, is the organization actually tailored to specific interests to the level that people look at individuals organizing and say, if it is Kibazo, then that election will deliver Kakande. If it is Kakande, that election will deliver Serunjoji. Is it that polarized and that abused already?
Okay, as the national organizing secretary, this is what I have to say, and this is what I have realized. I was in Mukono yesterday, and there were challenges with the system. Of course, one of the biggest challenges we have is that, okay, before I go to that, the process of election and monitoring of election according to our constitution lies with the districts.
Okay, hold on, I have a caller that is attempting to come in. Hello? Yes, good evening. Yes.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Peter?
Yes, please. Hello? Yes, we can hear you. Go right ahead.
My concern is my Hello?
I'm sorry, your line is failing because you're waiting to hear yourself on the set. When you call in and we say hello, go right ahead. If you don't hear us say hello and you see we are saying hello, please go right ahead. Yes, Charles.
Okay, the election processes are managed by the respective administrative stratas. The district monitors the constituency monitors the sub-county.
Okay, let's attempt this one. Hello? Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening.
Hello? Good evening to you, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'm calling from Kamucha.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have a question that is rather out of what you're discussing, but it's directed.
I'm sorry, the line is failing. I'll ask the technical team, please touch up those lines. Yes, Charles, and
So,
the guy is calling from Kamocha. I'm sure he's one of your voters.
Yeah, sorry about that. We couldn't get him. Now, what I realized and what we have actually to change, or what we have to address, is that in these respective places, at district, at county, sub-county, parish, or village level, some of the people that are managing the elections are again people that are going to contest. So what is happening is that when they
including at the national level,
when they manage, some of them, of course, have personal interests, and then they end up influencing the process. And when they influence it at that level, it might look like then it is the national level that is influencing the elections. So that is something I think we have to, my office as the organizing office has to address, to ensure that we effectively monitor the process so that people get the democracy they require in the process. I want to give an example of what is happening in Kamocha. In Kamocha, where I come from, there are two committees, and these two committees are all saying...
Hold on. Hello?
This is Emma from Chilando.
Yes, please.
Like Mr. Sonjos is saying, either parties have interest in this election because either parties will have contestants.
in these elections. My comment is simple. Why do you let someone who went against party norms in the past come back because they have the interests of standing for the elections again? Because what happened, that faction, proposed faction, the proposed faction, went against the party norms, contested against party, illegally appointed party nominees. They contested against them, threw their weight against opposition people, against their party. And now they are coming back because they have the interest of standing for these elections. And they saw one of the mistakes why they were not able to occupy offices even after being elected is because they didn't have a backup from the party. So now it's what they want to come out for their personal interest, and with the party.
Thank you.
Party, but without even listening to these people who have stuck around trying to organize the party. Why are they coming in now?
Thank you. I think he makes a very important point. What do you do with people that decided to stand against party positions, even campaign for people against party candidates? And then he talks about the likes of Serenjoji. He says, even those that were elected to office did not serve at a particular time because they were possibly uncomfortable with those that were there. And says, why do you return now? Why don't you stay calm and allow those that have held office till now to run business? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go right
Hello?
ahead. Yes, Chaz. Very, very briefly.
Yeah. So I'll still continuing. I think one of the things that we have to manage effectively well to ensure that the election process runs well is the interest of those people who are managing the election but want to stand. I think that is where the commotion is coming from. And that's why members are with the view that we should have independent committees to manage the election process. But the intention of the party electing leaders is fine, because all leaders have to elect leaders to take over leadership. By our constitutional mandate, we have to hand over power to new leaders. But I think the most important issue and what is bringing contention are the interests of those individuals, and not all in the party, but those who want to stand, who are managing the process. Just like what is happening in Mukono. In Mukono, the district chairperson of the municipality wants to stand. The Honorable Namboze wants to stand. The district chairperson in Ngoma wants to stand. But they are the ones managing the election process. And this is causing a bit of what? Of a controversy. So I think this is what we have to handle. And my office is going to handle this, and already I have addressed it to the national chairman and the secretary general, and they are willing to lay strategies on how to address this, to reduce those complaints and the anomalies that are taking place in the party.
An issue particularly of the independence of your electoral commission was previously raised. Kenneth Paul.
Yes, sir.
Would you address that?
I think, you see, we had 14 cases in a court in our term as leaders of the Democratic Party. And those cases were taken there by members of the Democratic Party. What we are trying to do is that whatever we do it within the confines of the constitution of the Democratic Party. Now, like the organizing secretary was telling you, the party stipulates, in fact, it is not the organizing secretary who runs elections throughout the country. The organizing secretary gives guidelines, and then the district carries out elections for constituencies, and constituencies for parishes, and parishes for villages. So, until the constitution is changed, that is the way the constitution stipulates as to how elections can be carried out. If there are people who think that things can be done differently, we have a constitutional reform process. Things can be changed. But what we avoid to do is do things where one comes with a good suggestion. You say, hey, let me follow his suggestion. When he loses elections, he takes you to court and say, See, you do not follow your own constitution. We want to avoid that.
As we get out of here,
Yeah.
what is your deal with Sejusa? I saw you at a press conference with him, and you were gleefully smiling away. Sanyu here
I
is
always
asking
smile
me-
whether Sejusa is there or not.
Well, mark my word, the adjective was gleefully smiling away.
Even now I'm smiling, so there's no Sejusa here. However, what is really happening is that political forces in the country who think that the dictatorial system of NRM must be dismantled are coming together to share experiences and map a way forward as to how we are going to handle this dictatorship.
Charles, doesn't that feel like really hugging the vampire itself?
Well, I won't comment on that. I don't want to
I get
call
your message.
people vampires.
There's no message you
I
get,
get
but let
your
me
message.
give you one
I
thing.
get your message.
Kibas,
The
let me-
well,
let-
I'm not sure I want to relate.
Well. When I go out to preach, for example, I'm a Christian. And when I preach to pagans, and one of them raises up his hand, maybe Mama Fina for this matter, and said, I'm getting saved today. Do you know what I do? Come on board. Thank you very much for seeing the light.
Let me ask you, if President Museveni abdicated the NRM today and came to DP, you'd throw your hands in the air and hug?
If he says that for the last 30 years, I've been doing mistakes, I've been ruling
President
this
Museveni-
country
President
in a
Museveni
dictatorial
in the
manner.
last election went around complaining and telling everyone that NADS was robbing this country, all the public servants were robbing this country, and he was
But
campaigning
he's
against
the
them.
one at the top. So if he comes out and he say, I've been stealing elections since 1996.
But you have a guy that tells you
I'm
that
sorry,
I am
Ugandans-
responsible for having stolen the election
Yes,
in 2006.
yes.
And he's throwing
And we're
his
talking
hands
about
at you,
Museveni.
and you're hugging.
If Museveni says that I've been stealing elections and I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again, I tell him welcome.
Are you taking Sejusa because you believe he will give
We
you
are not
an
taking him
edge?
anywhere. He did not join the Democrat Party. He just came for a discussion. He has not crossed
Are
from-
you joining him?
We sat down to discuss and listen to him. We are talking...
What is he offering?
Okay, that's good. Now,
Very briefly.
yeah, we are talking about a man who has been in the system, a four-star general, who knows how the system works, which system we want to dismantle. We want to listen to him.
And you don't believe
We are
that
not
he's taking
taking
you
we
under?
are not taking everything hook, line, and sinker, but we want to listen and see what he has to offer. If we pick positive things in what he's saying, we will take them.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to the show. I must mention that I had invited as well my brother Sulaiman Kidandala, and he was unable to make it. So Kenneth Paul filled in. Thank you very much, Charles Musoke Serunjoji. And I hope that after the election you will hang around the Democratic Party as well still.
Yeah.